Substitute teacher. Harper, do you remember how many substitute teachers we went through in Spanish class in, what was it, 7th grade? 7th grade or 8th grade?
I want to say it was 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, you just chased them off?
We were
horrible.
so mean to these people.
We were
It was awful.
horrible human beings. Yeah.
But also, why was there a literal hole in our classroom that we could throw a desk down? I mean, they kind of just set us up to be terrible people.
Just asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to...
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to...
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in undebeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You're listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. This is episode 808, coming to you from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm the Dr. Jason Triplett. This show, we're going to discuss how the league might address tanking, follow up on the All-Star weekend, and answer an Undegooglable if we have some time. Joining me to discuss all of this are two of our three analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles. It's John Dangerous Minds Coulson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Shout out to Palindromes.
Shout out. Is that lesson 1?
That's lesson
from Professor Coulson.
That's right.
A man, a plan, Panama.
And telling us that lovely palindrome from Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? Shout out MC Paul Barman. Wasn't he going to make me an album of like a palindromic album? Once upon a time.
MC Paul Barman, nice pull.
Never came to pass.
There's still time.
Okay. All right, before we start the show, just want to remind listeners you can support the longest running Pacers podcast by heading over to patreon.com/Undebeatables to support our show for as little as $1 a month. All right, we talked about it a lot on Monday. I witnessed tanking in Capital One Arena last week. It's disgusting to watch. I understand why fans are not excited about this, and I understand why the league is upset. We didn't talk about on Monday, except maybe in passing, is the league handed down a couple of fines. They fined the Utah Jazz $500,000, is that right? And then the Pacers $100,000 for overt tanking. In the Pacers case, that was they allegedly sat healthy players on the second night of a back-to-back, which they had been doing all season. Right. And so now all of a sudden it's a problem. So this has been the scuttlebutt of the NBA media world, basically the last week and a half. And yeah, so we're going to talk about it, I guess. So the league, it seems, is Adam Silver means business now. So they've come up with some potential solutions. And of course, every column you read and every podcast you listen to comes up with 8 different other solutions. Just as an example, some of the things at the most recent GM meeting that was that happened on Thursday. Here are some potential things. The changing the way you can protect first round picks, so only top 4 protected, or top 14 plus could be protected. Funny how that is almost exactly like the Pacers pick protections. Just put in. This one I kind of like. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or at some later date. No longer allow a team to pick in the top 4 for consecutive years.
I like that one.
Or after consecutive
Very
bottom
much.
3 finishes.
Shout out Philly.
Shout out the process. Teams can't pick in the top 4 the year after making the conference finals.
It's the
Don't like that
anti-Pacers
one.
rule.
That is a
It's the
Pacers rule.
anti-Pacers rule.
Yeah.
Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. That's kind of interesting.
Which I don't hate.
And lottery extended to include all play-in teams and flattening the odds for all the lottery teams. Harper, you've been loving tanking for a long time. Do you think it's a problem? Is this a thing the league needs to solve, or is this a media generated problem to create content?
No, this is a problem that the league has been trying to address for decades now. I mean, 2019, when we flattened out the lottery odds, was all about trying to make tanking to reduce the incentives for tanking, right? Which is perfectly fine. I mean, you do want competitive games every night. I understand you want your product, but there aren't going to be perfect solutions to this problem. So the best that you can do is like improve your incentive structure. I think that flattening the lottery odds probably helped in that regard, but it also and wonderfully opened up the door to all the crazy conspiracy theories, which I love all of the time. Shout out Dallas.
How did Dallas get the number 1 pick? Come on.
Well,
It's bullshit.
exactly right. And then the year before that, it was the Hawks from the 10 spot, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's already certainly no guarantee that you're going to be getting, the top pick from any of these 4 top spots. But your odds are just better. And when you don't have a team that's going to win it all, we talked about game theory in this a while back, right? If you're not going to be a team that's going to make a deep playoff run, being at the bottom of the total ladder is the best thing for your franchise on some level. I will say a couple of these jump out at me as like super terrible ideas. Like the 2-year allocation thing, like you're just asking teams to tank 2 years in a row instead of 1 now. Like that's your plan. Like that may not work. That may not work out the way you want it to work.
Yeah.
And I don't think teams should be intrinsically punished for major injuries. Like regardless of what was going to happen this year, we weren't going to make it back to the finals without our best player. And so saying that because we had a deep run, we don't deserve a chance at the lottery is garbage. I don't know that it does anything specific, in terms of creating really poor incentives, but it really does punish teams who run into legitimately bad luck when otherwise they would have a good shot at it. I mean, especially if, we're lucky in that we don't have a bunch of expiring contracts, but if we were a team that had been building up to this, and like we had all these contracts and guys we couldn't resign, we might have been in tank mode anyway this year. And if you had that rule in place, it would have just burned our franchise to the ground, right? Like, I think you got to be careful when you do stuff like that. I kind of like the idea of just involving all of the, lottery teams in there together. I also am not. I also don't love just setting the early date. Like I'm intrigued by that. I'll have to think it through. But like, you just want people tanking harder earlier. Like,
I feel like all of these have a consequence. Like you said, like if you say let's freeze the lottery odds at the trade deadline, then you tank in the first half of the season because you want to
get your growth mindset on.
Right, exactly.
Well, I mean, I think the thinking with that is that most teams go into the year with like I think the Pacers were going into this year thinking like, oh, we're gonna hey, we can fight for a playoff spot, like sure. Let's do this or whatever, right? And I think the majority, beyond the majority of the league, at least 2/3 of the league enters the season with that type of thinking, right? I mean, optimism springs eternal, like at the beginning of the season, right? For most teams.
Sure.
I mean, the Utah Jazz, the process Sixers accepted. Like those teams knew they were going to suck, or the Wizards, right?
But by the time the trade deadline shows up, it's way too late to do anything about it. Like at that point, if you're not going to get yourself in a good playoff situation, then you still just want to rest superstars because you don't want them to be injured for next season when you actually have a chance again.
Right. Well, there's another. This other one that teams can't pick in the top 4 2 years in a row, I think has a ton of consequences. So if you know the 4 teams that can't draft that year, you're just going to tank harder than them, right? Because they can't. It makes the other 10 teams want to tank harder.
I think there's a lot of off-target impacts of this stuff, yeah. Unintended consequences.
The only one that makes sense to me, because I suppose you could do all of these that are up in the air, and maybe you'd make some significant difference here. But the only one that makes really clear sense to me is just that every lottery team has the exact same odds. So that, because right now what we're doing as a Pacer fan base is hoping to lose against the Wizards, right? It's pretty clear what the lottery teams are going to be at this point. So why not just make it random? Everybody gets one ping pong ball. That solves all of this trying to lose to the other bad team. They already put in place the play-in tournament to try to incentivize teams that are right on the cusp to go for the playoffs instead of to tank. Maybe that affects those teams right on the edge, but I would assume as a franchise you want to get that gate money and want to try to make the playoffs. And if occasional team doesn't make that choice because they want to get 1 in 14 odds, okay. But I think you kind of get rid of this, I'm trying to be the worst team in the league, and then everybody kind of just plays their game. I just feel like that solves all the problems. I don't know why we're trying to overthink it.
I see what you're saying, but it doesn't change the fact that teams will, if you're in a lottery-bound situation, you're still going to do things like rest your players quite a lot and, let your young guys play, which is essentially what tanking is, right? Like, the players that go out on the floor and the coaches that are coaching those games, they're still trying to win those games. Those players are playing for jobs, right? Every minute of film is a job application for them. It's a job interview, right? So they're not going to go out there and slack off by any means. It's just you play the probabilities of, it's much more likely that Pascal Siakam is going to make a good play at the end of a game than Cam Jones is. So I'm just going to continue to play Cam Jones in these situations, and more times than not, he's going to fail.
Not Pascal Siakam.
Right. And that's going to lead to losses, right? So I think the same thing would happen. So I think it's twofold, I guess, right? So it's tanking and it's ensuring quality of play, right, through the rest of the season.
Right, but wouldn't you just play your game normally if you weren't trying to lose? Or you're just saying if you're a bad team, you're trying to develop?
Yeah, like if you're in a situation where you're in 12th place and you're 10 games behind 10th place, so you're not going to catch up you're not going to make the play-in, you're going to err on the side of caution and rest your best players
and develop your young
in situations
guys
where you normally wouldn't.
Okay.
Just to protect there's no need to risk an injury, right? So what I think the league, this is a great opportunity for the league to think about this problem holistically and talk about, like, all right, let's change the number of games that we have, right? Like, why do we need to play 82 games? Especially when the last, third of the league doesn't give a shit about the last 25 games of the season. Like, that's a lot of the season to not give a shit about. So let's shorten it to 70, and then it's easier to come back from however many games down. It's easier to have your guys rest and be healthy and not, like, feel like you need to rest them on the second night of a back-to-back, to prevent injury. because there are no back-to-backs. Like,
Sure. But if you are looking at this holistically, this is all about making the most money for the most people. And
Sure.
shortening the number of games does not align with those other things that, the guys who run this team actually care about. Because they're not in here caring about player health. In fact, they don't even really care about sitting superstars because Kawhi's been doing this for a decade now and no one cared. And, this whole idea that it's worse now than it ever has been, I mean, I have a hard time swallowing that pill too, right? Like, I understand you don't like it, but there's something qualitatively different about what's happening here versus the process, or what was Detroit doing for the past 5 years?
Was
yeah
like, teams were disgusting that year.
I don't know. What do you guys think about this idea of like a play out tournament? Like, it's not a play in tournament, it's play out. Like, I don't know. Somebody floated this idea of playing games for lottery picks.
Yeah, so I guess the idea would be all the lottery teams go into a tournament, and then whoever wins that gets the number one pick. Is that essentially it?
I guess that's the idea.
Or like the best odds or something. I don't know.
It would still
Or like a guaranteed top 4. I mean, I don't know what the iterations. I'm sure there's a million iterations, but like they're guaranteed a top 3 spot or something like that.
But wouldn't that continue to be the issue of I'm not going to play my guys until the tournament, and then suddenly I'm the best team, right? So like the Pacers right now, like we're not playing Pascal Siakam in the fourth quarter. Oh, we will if it's the tournament, and then maybe we win the thing. Does that really solve any of these problems?
Maybe you're only allowed to play guys that have been active for 60 games or something, right? Like,
sure.
you could tee that up in a way that actually evened it out, because if you want to punish teams for sitting guys, like, there you go.
Right. Okay. I like this. But I mean, it does. Yeah. Okay. But if guy was legitimately hurt, okay. Well, it's too bad he can't play in the tournament, right? If he missed 75% of the games, he can't play in the tournament. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, you deserve to lose in that case, but you're terrible.
Right.
I just there aren't going to be perfect solutions, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
I agree. Other things I've heard floated out there are like having an impact on the following year's like salary cap for a given team or something like that. Like, if you finish with less than 20 wins or something like that, then you lose $5 million in salary cap space or something like that. Or or like you lose a second round draft pick or something like that.
That sounds significant.
Sure. The other thing that I worry about a little bit, just as a small market team, and in a league that doesn't give a shit about small market teams, is in a small market you are just much more reliant on the draft in most cases to build great rosters. Big teams can just buy them. You're Miami, it's warm, everybody wants to come there.
Sure.
Not so much Indiana. We just don't have the same kind of geographic draw. And, we're not New York City. It's just not the funnest place in the world to live. And so, if you're punishing rich teams and tiny markets in the same way, there probably will be stronger adverse consequences for these small market teams.
Right. Just we're a team that's not going to go over the luxury tax where other people are. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you guys. Like, this has been going on since basketball.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
In any time you incentive talent redistribution via the draft to the worst teams in the league, there's going to be an incentive to do not well, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you just make... I mean, at that point you say everybody's got the same odds. Even the teams that go to the playoffs. Everybody's got the same odds at the number one pick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Was that the way it was in the beginning?
Yeah,
When
I
it
think
started.
I
the
think that's
lottery?
how the Celtics got Larry Bird. They drafted him a year before he came out of school. I know that part, but I think they were really good and they had a number one pick.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with LA and Magic Johnson. Like I do think there wasn't the best teams kept getting the best players, and so I think that's why they introduced the lottery in '85. Is that right? That's Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, 84 maybe.
Yeah.
I think.
I want to say 84.
Yeah, the Patrick Ewing draft.
Okay, yeah, but when they introduced the lottery, was it flat odds?
So introduce an
I forget the
85
reason, man.
equal odds for all non-playoff teams to secure the one pick.
Yeah.
Right.
System lasted from 85 to 89 before they changed it. Incentive-wise, yeah, flattening the odds again is, the best incentive or disincentive,
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And the
it's, like,
easiest
the cleanest
change.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't have to have a million different rules that fans have to remember and stuff. Like just
Yep. And we'll get a million conspiracy theories all of the time. It's going to be excellent.
which you love.
I love it.
It's a frozen envelope, and then the Knicks get Ewing. Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't we have the worst record in the league that year? I'm pretty sure we did.
That sounds right.
Thank God we didn't get Ewing.
That would have changed all of Pacer history.
That's right.
There's no chance they implement these this year.
No,
Is there?
No, they can't.
Okay.
You got to vote on these things, and I think that happens in the off season. I think major rule changes have to come in the off season. So yeah, we can continue to get fined as a franchise. They can levy as many fines as they want. It seems the attitude I got, at least from Pritchard, was these fines are kind of worth it, really, if we end up with a top 4 pick, right? Like, I don't know how much they're going to fine us. And also, you're right, they haven't fined Brooklyn or Washington or, New Orleans or Sacramento. All these teams are tanking as well.
Yeah.
So,
In arguably more overt ways. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like sitting your dudes on the second night of a back-to-back versus trading for guys that you're not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that seems like egregious.
Yep. And remember, not too long ago in 23, the Mavs, who could have made the playoffs, but they had a top 10 protected pick, so they sat Irving and Luka for the last 10 games, protected their pick. Jason Kidd said the quiet part out loud. The league did nothing. They threw him a $50,000 fine or something. I was like, everybody's supposed to be fired for this, right? Isn't that league did nothing?
So I assume these
now there's
fines are
gambling.
probably over. Well, yeah, that's true, right? There's guys, I don't know, with billy clubs, knocking on Adam Silver's door, I guess, right? Just be like,
Yeah.
But so, yeah, we alluded to this in the Monday show. I need more explanation of this, because don't the books know who's tanking? How does this affect odds making? I don't understand.
I don't know that
it
it
affects the number of minutes that somebody plays, so it's affecting player over-unders? Is that the thing?
Because there's so many parlays and ways to bet on specific players and specific outcomes that it certainly can be disruptive, but that's what gambling is.
Yeah. Yeah, they set the odds.
but if
They're not making enough money, so
Right.
But you mentioned J Huff comes out, hits a 3, and so we pulled him, right? So if we were actually not tanking, J Huff would have played the fourth quarter, and probably somebody lost money on that, right, or something. I don't know.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, but you're right.
See that.
There's an enormous amount of money influx from gambling, and the league kind of has to make gambling all these big gambling sites happy, right? And that's what this is about.
I will say I misspoke. They did end up finding the Mavericks $750,000 for keeping their top 10 draft pick, a price that they would have paid tenfold happily.
Right. Because how much it's worth to the franchise. Yeah.
They later parlayed that into trading down with the Thunder and a Derek Lively pick. Although Blake Lively, I'm sure, would be an excellent addition to the organization.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. To me, it's a situation where it's just there's a lot more media now, and so people are gonna talk about it more. And yeah, I think the league's doing fine.
I mean, there's gonna be bad teams, whether they're actively tanking or not. There's gonna be bad teams. It's gonna be what it is.
Yeah, that's the cycle of the league, right?
Well, now, as a Pacer fan, you know, it's been weird to root for losing, right? I'm excited about these close games. And then, you know, I loved that New York game when we won. That was super fun. And then I was really upset when we beat Brooklyn. So, you know, I don't I don't know what to do with this anymore, right? Tanking is tough. It's tough to know what to root for because your instinct is to root for wins, but also every time we get a win, it's worse for the franchise. Can we get away with just winning 5 more games as a franchise and topping out at 20 wins? If we can do that, we're probably going to end up with a, you know, top 4 odds to get a top 4 pick. So, but that's a lot. There's how many games left? 25?
25-ish.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, we're at 58 currently. So.
Man, it's going to be work to only win 5 more games. Especially if we do try to bring Zubats back in. See what he's
And
about.
it's still 52.1% odds for those top 4 teams. So roughly speaking, 2 of those top 4 teams are not getting a top four pick, right? So just go ahead and pencil Indiana for not a top 4 pick.
Yeah.
Because
that means we're giving it to the Clippers.
Correct. I was not around for that show. We are going to end up in the number 1-5 spot. That's just like for 100% going down in my brain. So.
Yeah.
Right. Totally. We didn't get your thoughts on this. Is it worth it to lose our first round draft pick for Ivica Zubats?
Boy, that is just a hefty price to pay. I mean, obviously it feels like a great deal if you don't. I like his contract. I like him as a player. He's a really good fit for our team. But yeah, no, I mean, if we miss out on, you know, a really good basketball player at the 5 spot because Dembatsa falls a spot, or, you know, Jordan Peterson might fall in the draft because he doesn't like playing basketball right now. Right. You know, things can happen, and that 5 spot may be really meaningful. So it's going to be painful at best if that's what goes down.
Yeah, it looks like one of these top 4 picks that everybody is saying is you know, generational talent. There's pretty good odds that one of them will drop to 5, and we'll probably be in the 5 pick, and then the Clippers will get him. That just sounds like a Pacer.
Yeah.
Truth.
And even if the guy turns out not to be good, we're not going to know for years. So I'm going to have to sit with it, and that's going to make me sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
And then just when you figure out that he's not good, then we're going to be giving our first round pick in 2030 to the Clippers again. So, that'll be fun.
To pair him with
Night
Mathurin.
Zubats. You got a lot on your shoulders, bro.
To pair him with Mathurin, who's going to be in the 3rd team All NBA or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Hey, look. Every day I wake up and look at Tankathon, I'm just happy I'm not New Orleans. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
So their pick automatically goes to Atlanta, right?
Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, God.
They're trying to win, and they're 16-42. So, way to go, guys.
All right. Let's see. So, since we last talked, the All-Star game happened, and All-Star weekend happened. Did either of you guys take in any of these festivities? NBA changed the format of the game this year. The dunk contest featured 4 guys you've never heard of. And Dame Lillard won the 3-point contest.
Whoop, whoop. 3-time winner.
And was there a skills competition? I didn't even follow the thing.
No, they brought back the
Team
shooting
Knicks
stars.
does the shooting stars. Yeah.
I did not watch the dunk contest. It was a bunch of big guys. I usually love the dunk contest, but I was... why did they not invite Mac McClung back? Like, because he'd won too many times? That dude actually made it exciting.
Guess
People
so.
loved it.
Yeah.
It's probably our fault for bringing him into the NBA. He was spoiled his G League creds.
So that was... So I didn't see that. I watched the recaps of the All-Star game, which was actually 4 games.
I watched that. That was,
Seemed
fairly
exciting.
entertaining. Yeah, the first 3 were, pretty good.
Yeah.
Came down to the wire. Big shots. Anthony Edwards just yoking on people. Victor Wembanyama being gigantic. Even
The first game went to overtime, right?
Yeah, first game.
overtime in the first. Yeah.
Which was a 1st to 5 situation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the first 3 ones were all interesting because game 1 was the young USA guys against the international people, and Wembanyama was not letting anybody score, and so they were like, "Wait a minute, this is actual basketball." And then Anthony Edwards got pissed, and so then he started playing hard. And then the second game was the old USA team against the internationals. Is that right?
Yep. And that was a must win for the internationals.
Right. But the USA team won. And then the third game was like, the way they split up the USA rosters was it was like the young guard versus the old guard, which I thought was really interesting to like kind of see. So it was like LeBron and KD and Kawhi on one side and, the young guys. And,
Yeah. Actually, I do think I had that wrong. I think that the international played the third game. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And that's where Kawhi went nuts and just like scored every
Yeah.
time down the thing and ended up beating the international team.
yeah, I was like weirdly rooting against the USA because Kawhi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried really hard to root for him, but couldn't do it.
So people seem to be pleased with the format. I mean, it was compelling basketball. Do you think that it was compelling because of the 3-team format and the sort of round robin tournament, or was it compelling because there were some great performances? Wembanyama came out and decided it was going to be competitive, and then Anthony Edwards and Kawhi stepped up as well. Would that have happened anyway, or was it this unique format?
I think at least some of it was the animus of having an international team. Like, it was clear that Victor Wembanyama cared about this event. Had he had Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic, this might have gone a different way.
And Giannis, jeez,
Yeah, and Giannis, right? I mean, I'd be interested to see what it looks like next year. I mean, given that we changed this format every 36 or so minutes now, who knows what it's going to be next year? But
right.
I think that had something to do with it. It's weird to me that the actual final game was just 12 minutes, but LeBron was way done at that point anyway. So the last game was a total letdown. But
yeah, totally. Yeah. So at that point, the older USA team was playing their 3rd straight quarter, I guess, if you will, and didn't look interested anymore.
No.
I'm like, meh.
yeah, we got rid of the world team, so we're good.
Yeah. But I think, Colson, to answer your question, I think as long as like a couple dudes take it seriously, like it can't help but get the competitive juices going of the other guys. And so like if Wembanyama is going to be that dude and just be like go in and like block people's shots in the All-Star game, it's going to piss people off and they're going to want to play hard. Like it's just people they don't like being embarrassed. That's why they don't do the dunk contest, because they don't want to be embarrassed, right? So,
and this is why I chose Ant, because I figured that he was like already a little crazy and can't not be competitive.
Right. Yeah, that was a good choice, Harper, on our draft. I think I was trying to think back, and like Kobe was super competitive with the All-Star game.
They named the MVP after him. Yeah.
Was it after that is when it started being like 185 to 192? Was he kind of the end of
pretty much? I would say towards the end of the Kobe era, it was also getting a little
because if there's a person who's crazy competitive, then it does make everybody else a little bit more competitive, even though it's an all-star game.
They'll get to that right after they finish up with the anti-tanking rules. They're on this mission, don't worry.
Right. Yeah. Steph Curry already committed to next year's 3-point contest. He's laying down the gauntlet for Dame Lillard.
Yeah. Is Damian in the NBA? I guess he's technically on the Trailblazers right now.
Like he didn't play all season, just came out for this, and now he's injured again.
Just dusted off at Damian Lillard for the 3-point contest.
That's awesome.
Going up on one leg.
It's kind of baller. All right. You guys want to do a quick Undegoogs?
Sure. Sounds good.
Oh, are we doing Undegooglables?
That was the plan.
Super excited.
You told us we had to, so.
He said we signed up for it.
In the end, it's going to be better and more true than Google can give you.
So now it's time for America's favorite running segment that we do occasionally. Because we like to give the people what they want, you know? This is called Undegooglables, where one of us has a question, and we try to use our collective mental abilities to figure it out without the help of, you can get the answer to anything. You don't even have to use your fingers anymore. You just talk to your AI and get the answer. And how fun is that? Let's try to dig for something. And Colson, you got a good one.
I think AI is wrong as often as we are, right? And I don't know.
Probably more often. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ask it, 4 times, because there's 4 of us.
Right. Yeah. All right, Colson, you got a good one that you've been sitting on for a while. What's been sticking in your craw?
I know where that comes from because of us.
Yeah. That's right.
Son of a gun. Where does the phrase "son of a gun" come from? Guns are inanimate objects and don't procreate, as far as I know. So that's why it's a little confusing for me.
Son of gun. So son of gun is like just an exclamation.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Or it could describe a person as well, right?
Yeah.
That person could be a son of a gun.
Is that a nice way of saying some bitch?
Is it just that? We might have solved it already.
Well, I don't know.
You're a son of a bitch. Well, no. But I feel like son of a gun, has a little bit of a negative connotation. You're kind of a, a rascal. Do you feel like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a gunslinger in the Wild West. It's son of a gunslinger or something.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is just a shortening of gunslinger. But I don't know what that's meant to mean.
Hired gun.
You're like entitled because you're the son of a gunslinger. No one can mess with you, or is it meant to mean?
Yeah, don't mess with him.
Or you're the son of a hired gun. So like that could be. I could see that being like kind of a diss of like, your dad has no morals. He'll just go do whatever anybody says.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's that.
Right.
Okay. I do like the fact that like he's the son of a gunslinger. Don't talk shit to him because his dad's gonna come and shoot everybody. So you would never call somebody
Yeah.
a son of a gun to their face? You're just like, oh man, he's a son of a gun.
But then somehow it also is like an expression of either like amazement or just like son of a gun.
Yeah, it's just like random exclamation.
Yeah. Do you think one preceded the other?
Most certainly, right? I mean, there was an original meaning to it, and then it sort of fed into the other.
It just morphed.
I would assume that the actual son of a gun would be the original, and then because it becomes an exclamation, like when you hit your thumb, son of a gun, instead of son of a bitch.
Yeah,
or,
you do stay son of a bitch in that case too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is like trying not to make it Jesus Christ, son of
Sure.
God, son of a gun, sort of thing, because we're trying to be clean.
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, this. So
You're not
I
supposed to say
guess I always
Jesus
thought of it
Christ when
as
you
Harper
bust
did.
your
Like
thumb.
it was a euphemism for son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you say that, like son of a bitch being a softer version of Jesus Christ is like pretty crazy when you think about it that way. Like,
I think that's how people saw it.
Technically,
though.
you're not using the Lord's name in vain at that point.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. I think that's the
Mary.
point. I think that's the point.
You're just denigrating women everywhere. Much better.
right. And the like Virgin Mary of all people too.
Sure.
Only the Catholics care about her.
Fair. And we think this is a strictly American thing,
Yeah.
right?
It's like got to be Old West.
You
right?
think you think it's Wild West?
It doesn't feel
Seems like it
the-
would be.
Doesn't feel like the tame West.
Yeah, and we definitely have a gun culture in a way that other countries don't.
Yeah. It'd be weird if it was French.
Yeah.
Unless it was
But-
specifically like tailored to make fun of Americans.
That we're the son of gunslingers as Americans.
We might be the son of a gun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't hate that, honestly.
But do we think people started using it back in the Wild West, or it's more of a modern term?
I think I always thought
That
of
was
it
my-
as Wild West,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I thought of it that way too because I mean it had time to sort of euphemize into this other thing.
So people have been saying "son of a bitch" since before the 1840s.
I mean, I would assume so. I mean,
Huh. Okay.
I mean, so
how long's bitch been around? I mean, it's got to be a long time.
yeah, when you start
True.
talking about breeding dogs, like you're already talking about it. And also the Lord's name in vain thing, has been since the Bible, right? So like we're always trying to not say Jesus Christ, right? We're always trying to come up with other things to say when we hit our thumb or stub our toe. That this reminds me, I was at a Habitat for Humanity store, those restores, and they were was going through the Christmas section, and it had a creche, the little nativity scene, and there was a little sticker that said "Missing Baby Jesus." I was like, that's pretty good. You just take the whole scene. You just have
Minor detail.
Mary and Joseph and wise men and angels, and then just no baby. Oh dear. Okay. Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Superstar. Is that how you get out of using the Lord's name in vain? You just throw a
That's right.
superstar at the end.
Just
of it.
finish it with superstar.
All right.
So it's
we're thinking
definitely
Old
not
West.
from the 2014 Ewan McGregor film, then, right?
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think so. I like this idea. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. It is. I like this. The British term for Americans, and it came about during the World War One, and that the Americans were a little bit more reckless with their guns because we had a gun culture, and so they were a little more loosey goosey, and the British were naming us the son of a gunslingers. This is my new theory. I stole it from Harper, but it wasn't his theory. He led me down this dark path.
Well, you got closer.
Yeah?
It would appear that the phrase son of a gun originated in 18th century British Royal Navy.
Huh.
This is not a thing that I had imagined to exist, but apparently there were women allowed to live on board gunships, which seems like not a great existence. But as you might imagine, it led to kids with uncertain parentage.
Huh.
So you were the son of a gunboat?
Yeah, so it originally meant a soldier's brat from the 1700s.
Yeah. And if they gave birth, they did so on the gun deck.
So, then son of a gun was completely independent of son of a bitch. If this is the...
Does that follow?
I mean, I guess not directly, but it seems like son of a gun doesn't have to derive from son of a bitch if you go this way, right?
Yeah, I almost feel like this is more literally that in the mouths of these 18th century sailors.
Shakespeare might have done the son of a bitch.
Oh.
In King Lear, one that art nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch.
Okay.
So the alternate hypothesis. So the way that Phrase Finder lays it out is there are two independent theories. So one is that it's son of a military man, i.e., son of a gun. The second is that it is a euphemism for son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm reading as well. It is a colloquial softening similar to gosh darn.
Yeah. Known as a minced oath, apparently.
Ooh, that's a fun word. Or term.
Minced oath.
Minced oath. And that's to soften something that's more vulgar. All right. Might have got the name of the pod.
So if you've seen The Good Place, it's full of them. They normally try and carry the same sort of rhythm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Forking.
It's forking accurate.
What the fork? This is fascinating. Wow. And then somehow this isn't necessarily true, but if a recruit was unable to state his father's name, this is an American military. The officers recorded their father as A. gun.
Really?
Meaning they were a son of a gun.
Yeah. Huh. Oxford seems to think these people were actually married, but that's just because they're British.
Mm-hmm. Brits on the sea. We should have gone through our things.
Right. Should have gone sailing, seafaring.
Sailing, yeah.
There's also, this is a fun theory. Historian Brian Downing proposes that the phrase son of a gun originated from a feudal knight's disdain for the newly developed firearms and those that wielded them.
So that would go back a lot. I was going to say that'd go back a lot further at that point. Oh, I'm now into son of a gun as an affectionate term. That son of a gun managed to pass all his tests. That son of a gun has a pure heart. Okay.
All right. Well done, Coulson. We'll give you half credit for that. Okay. For going out on a limb and stealing Harper's idea.
Got the right continent, at least.
Yep. All right. Well, if you have a Undegooglable, something you've been pondering but not willing to Google or ask AI about it, send it our way. Maybe we'll do it on the show. Send them to us on Twitter at Undebeatables, or X, whatever it is. Facebook.com/The Undebeatables. Got a contact form on our website, theundebeatables.com. You could also email us, shout out at theundebeatables.com. When you're over on the website, you could go to the store page, click on that nice picture of that t-shirt, and just press add to cart. Do us a favor. You can do it. Buy it. Do it now. Buy it. Say yes. Do it.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our Pacers first couple, Nancy and Bobby Sick Leonard. Turn out the lights! The party's over.
That son of a gun sang that song again.
Mm-hmm. And yet further proof of how snake bit our season is. Tyrese Halliburton is going to be away from the team for several weeks because he's been diagnosed with shingles.
Oh my God. What? Seriously?
Yeah.
He's too young to get shingles, isn't he?
He is not.
No, yeah. I've known some people that have shingles. That's awful.
I mean, it's the same virus
as
chicken,
chicken
pox,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That is awful.
What a bummer.
Yeah. He's not going to be wearing shirts much lately. For a while, I don't think.
Yeah, well, hopefully it clears up quickly and he can spend the rest of those weeks on a beach somewhere, but...
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's been one of those years, man.
Yeah.
Let's just get it all out of the way this year.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, if the basketball gods really exist, we should be getting a top 4 pick. Right?
That's what Simmons and House decided on their podcast. Is that if you were going to do the Karma lottery, the Pacers would get the number 1 pick.
Because our best player exploded.
Yeah,
in Game
and
7.
Every other dude on our team got injured, and
right.
we were still playing hard.
And we never tank.
And
right.
We're not and we're not historically full of a bunch of super lucky breaks.
Right. Ever. We've never gotten the number 1 pick ever.
No, but we also don't really tank. We're a team that...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
We go
play
40
ball.
and 42
Yeah.
with the best of them.
Yeah.
Which means, as Harper said, we are definitely getting the number 5 pick.
Oh, God. This Zubats thing better work out. God. You better be a perfect fit.
2-year window, man.
Yep.
I'm foregoing basketball this season because I'm going to have to watch a lot of it the next 2 years.
Right.
But, I mean, you're going to have what? J-Huff coming off the bench only playing 15 minutes a game next year. I think you need to get all your reverse dunks in watching this year, buddy.
There's, I'm just gonna have my AI compile a highlight reel of J-Huff reverses.
Jay huffing and puffing and blowing that house
That's
down.
right.
That's right. All right, fans, just link to J-Huff dunks and send them directly to Harper. Then he doesn't have to watch any basketball.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. You guys are doing me a service.